Given a demand and a supply curve, and we're going to find both the consumers and the producer surplus. So in working this problem, I'm going to begin by graphing both the demand and the supply curve on the calculator. And so I've entered both functions in y1 and y2 respectively. And then I'm going to set a window, and my window here is going to be from 0 to 600 for the x's, and for the y's, I'm going to set it from 0 to 60. So then I'll press graph, and here I have the demand curve and the supply curve. The first thing I'll do is find the point of intersection. That's the equilibrium point. So press second and trace for calculate, number 5 for intersect, and then answer the questions. First curve, that's the demand, press enter. Second curve, that's the supply curve, press enter. Make a guess or not, press enter, and it locks in. We see the equilibrium quantity of 400 units and the equilibrium price of $34. So that's going to set up the image of what we're looking at. Next, I'm going to look at finding the consumer surplus. In order to evaluate the shaded area here, I'm going to first find the area under the demand curve and subtract off the rectangle at equilibrium. So let's find the area under the demand curve between 0 and 400. So I'll press second and trace for calculate, number 7 for the definite interval. Then I want to make sure that the function I'm trying to find the area under is displayed right here. And so I see that is the demand curve. So I'll press enter. I'll answer the questions. Lower limit. The lower limit, the left boundary is going to be at x equals 0. Press enter. The upper limit will be at x equal 400. 400. 400. And then press enter, and it will shade it, and it will give the area here at 17,866 and 67 cents, rounded to the nearest penny. We'll subtract off the area of the rectangle, which is just length times width, or price times quantity, at 13,600. When you find the difference, you get $4,266.67, represents this area, or the consumer surplus. Now let's find the producer surplus. On the calculator, I'm going to undo the shading, press second, and the program key for draw. Then I'm going to choose number 1 for clear draw. It will redraw the image without the shading. So now, in order to find the producer surplus, which is this area, I'm going to start with the area in the rectangle, and then I will subtract off the area under the supply curve between 0 and 400. So let's find the area between 0 and 400 under the supply curve. So here I'll press second and trace for calculate, number 7 for integration. I'll press the down arrow key so that I'm now on the supply curve. Answer the questions. Lower limit, that's x equals 0. Press enter. The upper limit will be at 400. Press enter, and it will shade that area in, and you'll get 7,200. So the area in the rectangle, $13,600, minus the area underneath the supply curve, $7,200, gives us a producer surplus of $6,400.